The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. A gentle breeze rustles through ancient trees, their leaves whispering secrets of seasons past. A lone figure, an elder with eyes that hold countless stories, sits on a porch swing, gazing out at the fading light. Is an ending truly an end? A soft voice begins, drifting over the scene like mist over a still lake. Or is it merely a quiet pause, a breath held before the world begins anew? The question hangs in the air, a delicate thread spun from years of living, a challenge to the very idea of finality. It's a thought that often comes unbidden in the quiet moments after a life's work is done, after the rhythm of daily tasks has ceased its insistent drum. For many, retirement arrives not as a triumphant fanfare, but as a gentle hush, sometimes even a disorienting silence. The camera slowly zooms in on the elder's face, revealing a landscape of soft wrinkles, each one a testament to laughter, worry, and the passage of time. Their eyes, though deep-set, sparkle with a profound depth, as if they hold the wisdom of forgotten constellations. This isn't just about stopping work. It's about the very nature of human existence, about the chapters we close and the blank pages that stretch before us. We spend so much of our lives building, striving, moving forward with a clear path. The voice continues, a calming balm that invites reflection. Then, one day, the past seems to vanish. The tools are laid down. The routine, a trusted friend, bids farewell. And in that vast open space, a new kind of silence descends. It's a silence that can feel both freeing and terrifying, a vast ocean without a known shore. This isn't about the superficial joy of endless leisure, but the deeper, more profound shift that occurs when one's identity, so long tied to a career, begins to loosen its grip. It's about the unsettling sensation of waking up without a specific place to be, a specific task to accomplish, a specific role to play in the grand machinery of the world. The scene shifts slightly, showing the elder's hands, gnarled and strong, resting peacefully in their lap. These hands have built, nurtured, comforted. Now they are still, but not empty. They seem to hold an invisible weight, the unspoken stories of a lifetime. The question lingers, echoing in the twilight. If an ending is just a pause, then what new melody waits to be played? What unknown journey is preparing to unfold when the old maps no longer serve? The air is thick with anticipation, not of something grand and external, but of a quiet, inner blossoming. The journey isn't over, it's merely changing its form, inviting a deeper exploration of self. The elder shifts slightly on the porch swing, the gentle creak a counterpoint to the chirping crickets now filling the evening air. The question of endings and new beginnings settles, making way for a more personal reflection. For me, the voice continues, softer now, more intimate. That pause, that breath before the new, felt like being cast adrift. Imagine a grand ship, sails full, cutting through the waves with purpose for decades. It knew its port, its cargo, its destination. Every creak of its timbers, every snap of its canvas, was part of a magnificent, directed journey. The camera now shows a slow-motion shot of waves gently lapping at a sandy shore, then transitions to an old, weathered compass, its needle still, unmoving, as if lost. Then, one day, the elder's voice deepens, a hint of past. Then, one day, the elder's voice deepens, a hint of past bewilderment in its tone. The ship was told its journey was complete. No more cargo, no more distant ports. Just a wide, open sea, and the expectation to simply float, to rest. Everyone said, now you can finally relax? Enjoy your golden years. And I tried. Oh, how I tried to embrace that vision of endless leisure. The camera shows a montage, a hand reaching for a remote control, then letting it drop. A half-read book lying open on a table. A fishing rod leaning untouched against a wall. The images are quiet, almost still, conveying a sense of stagnation rather than peace. but instead of the sweet calm of a harbor, I found myself adrift in a vast, empty sea. The elder continues, their gaze now distant, recalling those early days. The silence that had initially promised peace soon became a hollow echo. It wasn't the joyful quiet of contemplation, it was the deafening quiet of absence. The absence of purpose, of direction, of the familiar hum that had defined my days for so long. The screen shows a close-up of a calendar, pages turning slowly, each day marked with nothing but a blank space. There's a subtle sadness in the simple passage of time without significant events. Society tells us retirement is the reward, the grand vacation after a lifetime of labor. The voice muses, a gentle challenge in the words. And in many ways it is. But what they don't prepare you for is the profound shift in your inner landscape. When the external demands fall away, you are left with yourself, naked and unadorned, in a way you haven't been since childhood. And if you haven't cultivated an inner compass, that freedom can feel less like liberation and more like an abyss. The elder gestures vaguely with one hand, a slow, sweeping motion that seems to encompass the vastness of that initial feeling. I remember waking up some mornings, looking at the clock, and realizing there was nothing pressing, nothing urgent. And instead of relief, a strange, cold emptiness would settle in my chest. It was as if a vital engine had simply stopped, leaving the vessel to drift wherever the currents might take it, without any will of its own. The camera returns to the elder's face, a soft, knowing smile now playing on their lips, a testament to having navigated those waters. It wasn't laziness I felt, or even boredom, not exactly. It was a deeper yearning, a quiet whisper from the soul asking, is this all there is now? To simply exist? The promise of endless rest had, for a time, become a burden, a heavy blanket that smothered the very spark that had once propelled me forward. The light of the setting sun now casts long shadows, hinting at the introspection that filled those early retired days. The elder pauses, a soft sigh escaping their lips, a sigh not of sadness, but of remembrance. The golden light of the setting sun now bathes the porch in a warm glow, chasing away the shadows of past emptiness. But even in that vast, open sea of quiet, the voice resumes, a newfound lightness in its tone. There are currents, subtle whispers, almost imperceptible at first, that suggest a different direction. For me, the turning point wasn't a grand revelation or a sudden epiphany. It was much smaller, much quieter. It was a forgotten box in the attic. The camera moves from the elder's face to a dusty, old wooden box, tied with faded string, sitting on a shelf in a dimly lit attic. Sunlight filters through a small window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. For years, decades even, that box sat there, ignored, gathering dust. The elder explains, a fond smile now gracing their lips. It held the remnants of a youthful passion, a joy I had packed away when the serious business of life began. Inside were old sketches, charcoal smudges on yellowed paper, a half-finished watercolor, and a set of brushes, stiff and dried. The camera focuses on a hand, the elder's hand carefully untying the string, then gently opening the lid. The sound is soft, almost reverent. As the lid lifts, a faint, sweet smell of old paper and paint seems to emanate from the screen. I remember pulling out one of those sketches. The voice continues, a touch of wonder in its timbre. It was a simple drawing of an oak tree, twisted and strong, from a park I used to visit as a child. And as my fingers traced the lines, a flicker, a tiny spark, ignited within me. It wasn't the roaring fire of my career, but a gentle, persistent glow, like a distant lighthouse. The screen shows the elder's hand, now holding a charcoal stick, tentatively making a mark on a. The elder's hand, now holding a charcoal stick, tentatively making a mark on a fresh sheet of paper, feels the familiar friction, the satisfying whisper of material against surface. It's a small act, yet deeply significant. That tiny spark, that flicker from a forgotten love, The elder's voice muses, soft and resonant. It began to illuminate a path I hadn't seen before. It wasn't about the knowledge I had accumulated in my career, the facts and figures that once filled my days. It was about something far more precious, something deeper. It was about wisdom, but not the kind you find in books or lectures. The camera focuses on the elder's thoughtful expression, their gaze now inward, reflecting on this profound realization. Light from a nearby lamp casts a warm glow, creating a peaceful, contemplative atmosphere. True wisdom, I began to understand, they continue, a profound conviction in their tone, isn't just knowing more. It's knowing yourself. It's the quiet understanding of what truly stirs your soul, what brings a genuine smile to your face, what makes your spirit feel light and alive. For so long, I had chased external goals, defined myself by external achievements. I had confused purpose with productivity. The scene shifts to a montage, abstract shots of flowing water, leaves unfurling, a gentle hand tending a small plant. These images symbolize growth, self-discovery, and the nurturing of one's inner world. As we age, the world often expects us to be repositories of facts, to offer advice born of experience. The elder reflects, and yes, we have that. But the deeper wisdom, the kind that truly nourishes us in our golden years, is about shedding those expectations and listening to the silent language of our own hearts. It's about asking, what did I love before the world told me what I should love? What truly brings me joy, independent of recognition or reward? The elder picks up a paintbrush, dipping it into a vibrant blue watercolor. This simple act seems imbued with ancient knowledge, a connection to a primal human need for expression. For me, it was the simple act of creating, of bringing something beautiful into being with my own hands. The voice shares, a note of quiet triumph. It wasn't about being a master painter. It was about the desire to paint, the profound satisfaction of color meeting paper, of a vision taking shape. That desire, buried for so long, was a true north, a compass point that had always been within me, waiting to be rediscovered. It was a fragment of my authentic self, patiently waiting for me to remember it. This wasn't about adding knowledge. It was about uncovering what was always there, shining softly beneath layers of life's demands. The elder's face softens, a serene contentment settling upon their features, a picture of inner peace found through self-understanding. The elder's face softens, a serene contentment settling upon their features, a picture of inner peace found through self-understanding. The paintbrush, now laden with vibrant blue, makes a confident stroke on the canvas, a ripple of color spreading. Once that inner compass began to point, however faintly, towards my true desires, the elder narrates, their voice steady and warm. The next step was to gently, slowly, begin to re-engage with the wider world. It wasn't about rushing back into the old rhythms, but about finding new ways to connect, to contribute, to learn, all guided by that rediscovered inner spark. The camera shows a close-up of the elder's hand carefully placing a small, potted plant on a windowsill, then transitions to a shot of a community garden, vibrant with life. Sunlight streams through the leaves, dappling the ground. My first step was small, almost insignificant, but deeply meaningful, they explain. I started by helping out at the local community garden. I had always loved the earth, the simple miracle of a seed becoming a plant, but I never had the time to truly immerse myself in it. Now, with dirt under my fingernails and the sun on my face, I felt a connection not just to nature, but to something larger than myself. A montage begins, the elder gently tending plants, smiling as they chat with another gardener, then later, sitting at a table with other seniors, learning a new language, perhaps Spanish or French, their brow furrowed in concentration but eyes alight with curiosity. Volunteering in the garden led to conversations, and those conversations led to new ideas. The elder recalls, a hint of cheerful surprise in their voice. I met someone who mentioned a language class at the community center. Learning a new language? At my age? The thought initially seemed daunting, almost silly. But that little spark, that desire for growth, nudged me forward. It wasn't about mastering the language, but about the joy of the effort, the challenge, the new pathways it opened in my mind. The scene shifts to the elder sitting in a bustling library, surrounded by books, a sense of quiet discovery about them. They are not merely reading, but absorbing, questioning, engaging. And then there was the world of books, truly exploring subjects I had only skimmed before. The voice continues, a reverence in its tone. History, philosophy, the mysteries of the universe. It was like opening countless new doors, each one leading to a chamber filled with wonders. It wasn't about formal education. It was about the pure, unadulterated joy of learning, of expanding my understanding of the world and my place within it. The elder looks out at the darkening sky, a profound sense of peace on their face. Each small step, each new connection, each fresh piece of knowledge, was like a thread weaving itself into a new tapestry. Slowly, gently, the emptiness began to fill, not with the frantic pace of the past, but with a richer, more vibrant pattern. It taught me that re-engaging isn't about grand gestures, but about following those quiet urges, those whispers of curiosity that lead us back to ourselves and to the world. The elder looks out at the darkening sky, a profound sense of peace on their face. Each small step, each new connection, each fresh piece of knowledge was like a thread weaving itself into a new tapestry. Slowly, gently, the emptiness began to fill, not with the frantic pace of the past, but with a richer, more vibrant pattern. It taught me that re-engaging isn't about grand gestures, but about following those quiet urges, those whispers of curiosity that lead us back to ourselves and to the world. The porch light flickers on, casting a soft, inviting glow. The elder turns slightly, their gaze now meeting the camera, a warmth radiating from their eyes. But a tapestry, however rich with individual threads, is always stronger, more beautiful, when woven with others, the elder emphasizes, their voice gaining a gentle resonance. In those early days of rediscovery, I learned that while purpose might begin within, it truly flourishes in the shared spaces of life. It flourishes in community, in connection, in the simple act of being with others. The screen shows a series of warm, inviting images, a group of seniors laughing together over coffee, hands clasped in greeting, sharing stories at a park bench. There's a sense of genuine camaraderie and belonging. When I was caught in the solitude of my own adriftness, they recall, a hint of vulnerability in their tone. I thought my journey was entirely my own. And in a way, it was. But the moments of true illumination, the moments when I felt most alive, were often when I was sharing a laugh in the garden, struggling with a new Spanish phrase alongside a classmate, or simply exchanging a knowing glance with another soul who understood the quiet dignity of a well-lived life. The camera focuses on hands reaching across a table to offer comfort, hands working together to tend a garden bed, hands gently touching in a gesture of friendship. These are hands that have seen much, and now, in their connection, find new strength. Community isn't just about being in the same place. It's about sharing a part of your journey, however small, with others. The elder explains, a deep wisdom in their words. It's about the feeling of being seen, heard, and valued. When you share your passions, even your tentative new ones, they somehow grow brighter. When you learn from others, your own understanding deepens. And when you offer your own small contribution, your sense of worth expands in ways you never imagined. A scene of the elder, now painting in a sunlit studio, but not alone. Another person, perhaps a friend from the language class or the garden, sits nearby, working on their own canvas, a comfortable silence between them. There's a feeling of shared creative space, of parallel journeys enriching each other. The quiet moments of introspection are vital, yes. The elder concludes, a peaceful smile returning. But the vibrant hum of human connection, the gentle friction of shared experiences, These are the forces that truly anchor our ships and guide us towards a broader, more expansive sense of purpose. We are not meant to drift alone. We are meant to weave our individual threads into the larger tapestry of humanity, finding our unique pattern in the embrace of others. The light on the porch casts a warm, embracing glow, mirroring the feeling of belonging. The light on the porch casts a warm, embracing glow, mirroring the feeling of belonging that now radiates from the elder. They nod gently, a knowing look in their eyes, as if sharing a secret with each viewer. So, if you find yourself at the edge of that same quiet sea, the elder says, their voice now more direct, yet still imbued with a gentle, guiding quality. If the old maps no longer make sense, and the compass seems to spin wildly, know that you are not alone. And know that the journey back to purpose, or perhaps to a new purpose, is always possible. It begins with small, tender steps. The camera shows a serene close-up of the elder's hands, now open and inviting, ready to offer guidance. Here are a few simple lights I found to guide my own way, lights that you might also find useful on your path. They offer a sense of quiet encouragement in their words. First, the elder raises a finger, then lowers it slowly. Remember your forgotten joys. Think back to your childhood, your teenage years, before the world told you what you should do. What made your heart sing? What did you do purely for the love of it? It might be drawing, or playing an instrument, or exploring nature. Go digging in your own attic, literal or metaphorical, for those buried treasures. Often, our truest desires are the oldest ones. The screen shows quick, evocative images, a child drawing with crayons, someone playing a simple melody on a dusty piano, a person hiking a forest path. Second, they continue, raising another finger. Start small, ridiculously small if you need to. Don't try to find a grand new career or solve all the world's problems overnight. If you love to write, just write one sentence a day. If you love to build, tinker with something small. If you love to help, find one small way to offer a kindness to another. These tiny acts are like seeds. You plant them, and you trust that, with gentle care, they will begin to grow. The screen shows quick, evocative images, a child drawing with crayons, someone playing a simple melody on a dusty piano, a person hiking a forest path. Then, a close-up of a tiny seed, nestled in dark earth, followed by a time. The screen shows a close-up of a tiny seed, nestled in dark earth, followed by a time-lapse sequence of it slowly sprouting, pushing through the soil. The time-lapse sequence of the seed blossoming into a vibrant green shoot concludes, a powerful visual metaphor for the elder's wisdom. The camera returns to the elder on the porch, a soft smile gracing their lips, the evening light now a gentle embrace. This journey of rediscovery, of cultivating those small seeds of joy and connection. The elder reflects, their voice rich with the calm certainty of lived experience, has taught me something profound about aging itself. It's not just about accumulating years, but about accumulating a unique perspective, a deepened capacity for appreciation. The screen shows abstract, beautiful shots of nature, raindrops clinging to a spiderweb, sunlight filtering through autumn leaves, the intricate pattern of tree bark. These are details often overlooked in the rush of youth, now held up as objects of quiet wonder. When we are young, we often chase the grand and the spectacular. They continue, a gentle nostalgia in their tone. The big promotions, the exotic travels, the loud celebrations. And those moments have their own brilliance, of course. But with the gentle hand of time, something shifts within us. The clamor of ambition fades, and a new kind of clarity emerges. We begin to see the beauty in the ordinary, the magic in the mundane. The elder gestures to the fading sky, then to a single, delicate flower in a pot beside them. Look at this evening sky. Once, I might have simply noted its colors and moved on. Now I see the endless dance of light, the ancient rhythm of the earth turning. Or this simple The elder gestures to the fading sky, then to a single, delicate flower in a pot beside them. Look at this evening sky. Once, I might have simply noted its colors and moved on. Now I see the endless dance of light, the ancient rhythm of the earth turning. Or this simple blossom, its fragile beauty holds more wonder for me now than any grand edifice. A gentle breeze stirs, and the elder adjusts their shawl. The sense of peace is palpable, a quiet strength that comes from within. And with this deeper appreciation for the simple, the ordinary, the elder continues, their voice taking on a resonant, almost profound quality. Comes. And with this deeper appreciation for the simple, the ordinary, the elder continues, their voice taking on a resonant, almost profound quality, comes a natural desire to share, to give back, to pass on the quiet wisdom gleaned from a lifetime of living. It's in this sharing that purpose finds its grandest expression, not just in receiving, but in offering a piece of yourself to the world. The camera shows the elder now in a sunlit art studio, not alone, but gently guiding a younger person's hand over a canvas, teaching them to mix colors. There's a patient, nurturing quality to their interaction. I found immense joy in teaching the basics of drawing and painting at the local community center. The elder explains, a warm smile touching their eyes. To see the spark of understanding in another's eyes, to watch them discover their own creative spirit, that is a profound reward. It's not about making them artists, but about helping them tap into that same wellspring of joy I rediscovered. It's a quiet exchange, a passing of a torch that doesn't diminish my own flame, but makes it burn brighter. A montage of the elder engaged in various acts of sharing, reading to children at a library, offering a listening ear to a friend, sharing a homemade meal with neighbors. Each image conveys a sense of quiet contribution and genuine connection. Our wisdom, our life experience, is not meant to be kept locked away like a treasure in a vault. The voice muses, a gentle challenge in the words. It is a flowing river, meant to nourish the lands it passes through. Whether it's sharing a story, offering a piece of advice, mentoring someone, or simply being a comforting presence, giving back transforms not only the receiver but also the giver. It reminds you that your life, your journey, has meaning beyond your own personal desires. It weaves you into the larger fabric of humanity in a way that nothing else can. The elder pauses, looking thoughtfully into the distance, as if seeing the endless threads of that fabric. It reminds you that even when your professional work is done, your work as a human being, as a soul in this world, is never truly finished. There is always a hand to hold, a story to tell, a lesson to impart. And in that giving you receive a purpose far richer than any you might have sought. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing the elder's calm and centered presence, framed by the deepening twilight. The world around them seems to hum with a quiet energy, a testament to the ongoing flow of life and purpose. But this journey, this rediscovery of purpose, it's not a finish line. The elder says, their voice now laced with a gentle reminder. It's not a fixed destination you arrive at and then simply remain. No, purpose, like life itself, is a flowing river. It twists and turns, sometimes it's a gentle stream, other times a rushing current. What brought me joy and meaning yesterday might shift and evolve tomorrow. The screen shows the image of a flowing river, sometimes wide and calm, sometimes narrower and more dynamic, always moving forward. I've learned to hold my purpose lightly, the elder explains, a quiet wisdom in their eyes. To understand that what truly anchors me is not a specific role or a defined outcome, but the ongoing intention to live with curiosity, with connection, and with a willingness to learn and grow. My purpose now is to simply be present, to be open to whatever new paths emerge, to embrace the fluidity of this golden chapter. The elder smiles, a deep, contented smile. The beauty of this stage of life is that we are no longer bound by the rigid expectations of youth or career. We have the freedom to explore, to redefine, to let our purpose be as dynamic and ever-changing as the seasons themselves. It's a continuous unfolding, a gentle dance with the unknown, always guided by that inner whisper, that true north of the heart. The river continues to flow, a symbol of endless possibility. The river continues to flow, a symbol of endless possibility, as the camera slowly zooms out from the elder on the porch. The porch light glows softly, a beacon in the twilight. The elder's smile is deep and knowing, a testament to a life lived, lost, and beautifully refound. So, as the evening deepens, the elder's voice resonates, a soft, guiding presence in the fading light, and you find yourself in the quiet of your own space. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Breathe. Feel the gentle rhythm of your own heart, that steady drumbeat that has accompanied you through every single moment of your life. The screen shows a slow, gentle pulse of light, mirroring a heartbeat, against a soft, unfocused background. The sounds of crickets and a distant owl create a peaceful, meditative atmosphere. Go within, past the noise of what was, past the worry of what might be. They encourage, their voice a soothing balm. Journey to that sacred space where your truest self resides. What whispers to you there? What longing, what forgotten dream, what quiet spark is patiently waiting for your attention? The camera returns to the elder, their eyes now closed, a picture of profound serenity. The soft lines around their eyes seem to hold not just memories, but an entire universe of inner peace. Don't search for a grand, overarching purpose, the elder advises, a gentle knowing in their tone. Simply listen for the next small whisper, the next gentle nudge. It might be to pick up a forgotten pen, to hum an old tune, to reach out to a lonely neighbor, to simply sit and watch the clouds drift by. It doesn't have to be monumental, it only has to be authentic to you, in this moment. The screen shows abstract, swirling colors, like the inside of a dream, slowly resolving into a peaceful, open landscape at dawn. The first hint of sunrise appears on the horizon, painting the sky with soft, hopeful colors. For the journey of life, especially in these golden years, is not about finding the answer to purpose. The elder concludes, their voice now carrying a profound, universal truth. It is about continuously asking the questions. It is about the gentle unfolding of self, one moment at a time. It is about embracing the beauty of being, rather than the relentless pursuit of doing. The elder opens their eyes, their gaze direct and compassionate, meeting the viewers with an invitation. The sunrise now bathes the entire scene in a soft, golden light, symbolizing new beginnings and endless possibilities. What quiet call is your heart making today? They ask, their voice a soft, powerful query that lingers in the air, inviting deep introspection. What tiny, luminous thread,